Okay, so in this section, we'll basically be creating a new script, one that will be needed for most of the game functions. So come to scripts, then we'll add a new script, game, and then this one just needs to have a number of properties. We'll stick to this for most of the game. As you will see, this script will be in charge of most of the things that the game will require. So we'll create the first property, and this one will be for a prefab. So we'll call it star prefab, okay, which will be cc.prefab, right? Then equals no. Then we'll also add one for the ground. Okay, so we'll call this ground. In fact, I like to normally have this in there as well. Okay, cc.node, cc.node. Okay, caps on the end. All right, so we'll proceed, guys. Let's get through. We have a number of nodes to create. Property, so this one will be the maximum star duration. How long do we want the star to appear? All right, how long do we want it to appear? Because the game is supposed to basically, this star is going to last for a few seconds before this guy collects it. If he doesn't collect it, it will disappear and then spawn somewhere else. So we need to know how long it's going to stay. So that's the property there. Then, of course, this property will be needed. This one for the ground will be needed later on when we start spawning the stars. And then, of course, the star prefab will also be needed when it's time to spawn the stars. Okay, so that's the maximum star duration. Then we'll also need a minimum star duration. So this is also a number, which is 0 for now. Okay, and then we'll need a property for our actual player. So this is going to be a node. So where this can be our player node. So cc.node now. Okay, we'll add more later, things like the scores and things like that, but for now let's just go on. We'll save this and then come to the canvas itself, the main canvas. Then we'll add our component and then add game. So what we now need to do is get the star prefab. Okay, let me just delete it. This is the one we created last time, I think. Let's go to star, make sure that we give it a radius of 60. In fact, for this game, I might not even use that functionality. I'm thinking about it. We'll see how I'll do it. I don't want to follow the default way of doing it, because I want to use a little bit of collision detection instead of just using the way this was created. Then I'll go get the ground as well. So I've got the prefab. Then we now need to get a node for the ground. Here's our nodes. So ground is there. We drag it in there. The player node also, player is there. We drag it quickly. So make sure you save this. Then for now, this is going to be enough. All right. So we'll then go into the next section. So the next section is going to be particularly looking at how we can then do things like spawning the star so that this can be appearing somewhere else. But we need to know where the player is, as well as where the ground is, where the star is, and things like that. So this one kept very short because next one is very much about scripting, and particularly scripting in the game script. So this is where we end in this section. Like and subscribe, comment, show support, guys. I really need it. Thank you.